Hey everyone, it's Jamie. Welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. If you want to see how I made this creepy Halloween cloche using all items from the Dollar Tree, then keep watching. Okay, to start off, I'm going to be taking one of these round signs. I picked mine up from the Dollar Tree during Valentine's Day. I do know that Dollar Tree tends to carry these round signs all year long. I think sometimes they will even carry the wood blanks. Now this sign is approximately 11 inches in diameter. So make sure that the sign that you do find is something sort of similar to that size. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be doing anything to this side right here because of all the glitter and everything that's on there. So all I'm going to do is remove the ribbon hanger and also this little red satin bow that's on here. I'm going to take that off too. And then what I'm going to do is just flip this over, and I'm going to be taking some of my Waverly chalk paint, and this is in the color ink, and I'm going to go through and give this 1 to 2 coats of the paint. Okay, so my board is done. I put 2 coats of the ink Waverly chalk paint on it, and so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be using some of this nautical rope that I picked up from Dollar Tree. This is the 8-foot, and this is the 2.43 meters. So this rope is the thicker rope. They do have one that's a little bit thinner, but I'm going to be using the thicker rope. Now I'm not sure how many packages of this I'm going to use, but I will let you guys know how many I used. Okay, so with my nautical rope, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hot gluing my nautical rope all the way around my board. And so I'm going to go ahead and start here by laying just a bead of hot glue across the edge of my board. I'm going to place my nautical rope down there. And I'm just going to do this completely all the way around. Okay, so now I've come to the end. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and continue hot gluing my nautical rope on top of the bottom one. And I'm going to do this all the way around. I'm probably going to do this 3 times, so I'll have 3 rows of the nautical rope. Okay, so I have come to the end of my package of my nautical rope of the first package. So I'm going to go ahead and open the second package and start gluing. But I've only got a little bit left to go for my 3rd row. So you will definitely need at least 2 packages of the nautical rope. Okay, so now I've come to the end of the 3rd row. So where we began our rope, that's where I'm going to be cutting it off. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut off an end here. And I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue to the end of that right there so it doesn't fray too much. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking some more of my nautical rope, and I'm just going to go around the outside edge of the board here, just to give it sort of a nice little trim here and to kind of cover up where the board is. So I'm just going to do the same thing as I did with the top there. I'm just going to go ahead and add some hot glue here on the edge. And then I'm going to grab my nautical rope and I'm just going to place this down right along the edge. Okay, so I have the nautical rope all glued around the base there. So this is what it is looking like so far. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be using is this bell cloche that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Now I did pick this up during the springtime, so I'm not sure if Dollar Tree has these anymore or not. But if you were lucky enough to pick up one of these and you don't know what to do with it, here is an idea. So anyway, I'm going to be using one of these. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, because this does fit perfectly down inside the tray here, but I don't really like the lip that's on here. So I am going to be trimming off the edge of this lip here. So let me go ahead. It's kind of hard to tell because it's see-through, but anyway, I'm going to be trimming off the bottom ring there. So I've trimmed off the bottom, and this is what we have left. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the sticker. Okay, so I got the sticker off, and let me just tell you that that was pretty hard to get off. I had to soak it in hot soapy water, and then that still didn't get it completely off, so I had to use some Goo Gone. So anyway, I did manage to get it off. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be using one of these. These are wood shapes that I picked up from Dollar Tree during Christmas time. These are little angels, I do believe. But what I did was I went in and I just took off the little paper wing that was glued to the back. And there was still a little bit of the residue there, and I tried to scrape it off as best I could, but it's not really that big of a deal because I'm going to be painting this. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to paint this black. Okay, so now I have my little wooden piece here painted black. I'm going to be hot gluing it to the top of the cloche. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I've got this skull that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go through and kind of, I don't know, make him look a little more realistic with some paint. So I'm just going to be adding different layers of different colors of paint. I'll probably start out with the Waverly chalk paint and the color plaster, and then I'm going to go back through and just kind of grunge him up a little bit, make him look a little more old and weathered. Okay, so now my skull is all painted. Next, I'm going to be adding it to the bottom of our cloche. So I'm just going to be hot gluing him down to the center here. Okay, next I'm going to be adding some of this Spanish moss that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to be hot gluing this around the bottom here using some hot glue. With this Spanish moss, I'm trying not to get it too close to the edge here because I still need to put the dome on. And so I want to make sure that the moss is kind of tucked up in underneath that dome and not really hanging out, so that the top or the dome can sit on here nice and flush. So next I want to take one of these fuzzy spiders. I got these in a pack of 2 from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue the spider. I don't want it to go completely on top of the head or completely on the side, but I kind of want it to be sort of catty corner, so about right there. Next, I think I may add just a little bit of the Spanish moss going across the top of his head just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the cloche onto the top here. I'm just going to see where this is going to sit. To see if I need to put any more moss or anything like that down in here. Okay, I think I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and I am going to fill in the rest of this with the moss because I think the dome is going to fit on here just fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue adding my Spanish moss and just kind of filling in the bottom here. Okay, so now I have all my moss glued down. I'm going to add the top of the cloche. And then I'm just going to hot glue some of the Spanish moss around the top here. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking a couple of these black roses with the eyeballs in the center. I did get these from the Dollar Tree. I just cut them off from the stem. Okay, so to disassemble the flower, I'm just going to pull the stem off, and then I'm going to slide the leaf off of that. And then I'm going to be removing this little plastic portion here of the leaf. So this should just pop or slide right off of here pretty easily. So I'm going to take that part off because we won't need this. And then on the back of the rose here, I'm also going to be removing this back side, this black plastic piece of the rose. So I'm just going to slide that off. I'm just going to add some hot glue to that. And then I'm going to take the leaf, I'm just going to slide the leaf right over. It's got a hole there, so I'm just going to slide that right down. So it will be hot glued to the flower. And then I'm going to take some more hot glue, and I'm going to go around the base down here. And then I'm going to just put that plastic piece right back on over where we took it off. So now that it is hot glued on there, next I am going to be hot gluing 2 of these roses. I've got 2 here. I'm going to hot glue 2 of these down to the base where we ended with the nautical rope, just to cover that up. Okay, at this point you can say that you're done, or if you want to add some lights, you can. You could add some of the LED string lights that you can get from the Dollar Tree. These ones have little spiders on them, or you can just get the plain ones. You could also add a little battery powered votive candle to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this one on. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it kind of flickers. So I'm going to add this to the cloche here. Add the top back on. Get my leaf or my flowers out of the way there. And there we go. So here is the cloche. So make sure that you stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can see pictures of what this looks like. So here's how the project turned out. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I wanted to thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!